Okay, 52 weeks of Swift. Let's get into it. I remember last time I was working on some microservices in Swift, which is actually a pretty cool concept because it allows me to build out things like, for example, uh, like a microservice that gets deployed to AWS or that I can preview inside of GitHub code spaces. And that's one of the really fun things about using the Swift language. And I'm going to, as soon as I get this going, get started here. And let's take a look at what I did last time. And I was playing around with this thing called Vapor. And so on deck here, we want to play around with Vapor, and because I was trying to play around with Swift package management, and I'm going to go back to Vapor, and I'm going to go here and pull this thing up. You can see we have some cool stuff happening. Looks like a pretty versatile system. And if we want to look at the documentation for it, uh, we we can probably read that somewhere. Where is this? The documentation. Awesome stuff. Community sponsor. So read the docs. There we go. Here we go. So Vapor. All right. So welcome to Vapor. It's a web framework, which is actually very interesting. And hello world. I think this is probably what I was building before for Linux, right? So let's go ahead and let's look and see if I build out this hello world here. Do I see? Ah, there it is right here. So let's go into this. Yeah, Vapor new. So let's cd into hello and let's say Swift run. See what happens here. They should open up code spaces. There we go. Server started. Nice. There we go. And we launch a microservice system here. There we go. It works. So now that I've got that thing working, I am curious to go into this run and look at how to change things, because there's a lot of structure in here. And let me look at the git status too. So contracts. Okay. But if we go to, we have this hello world. Okay, so next, folder structure. What do we got? So inside of a Vapor app, let's take a moment. We have public, sources, app, controllers, migrations, models, configure.swift, routes.swift, and then main.swift, and then tests. So what do we care about? So the public is any public files you would be serving. You'll need to enable file middleware in order to do this. I see. And then app is where the logic goes, and controllers. So this is a kind of a traditional type structure. And I guess if I want to just really quickly, let's go to the app is where the logic goes. So let's go to the app. So hello, sources, app. And we have routes, hello world. Here we go. I mean, this looks pretty clean. I mean, this looks like a nice clean language. And we see there's hello world. Why don't we change this and we just say hello world from GitHub code spaces. How about that? And we go ahead and we do that. And then we do the same thing we did before, Swift run. And it should open it up again, recompiles it, and then launches our microservice. There we go. So we're going to go to the browser, and what I can do here is put /hello. There we go. Hello world from GitHub Codespaces. Now I'm kind of curious if I just added a new route here. For example, let's try to add a new route. Let's just say app.get. Yeah, I like hello name. Request parameter, no. How about goodbye? Goodbye. So we could do a different route. Now I'm curious, will it do it on the fly? It doesn't look like it would, right? Because I'm trying to see if it would recompile on the fly. If I go back here and I say goodbye, it doesn't. So you do have to stop it. Now maybe there is a mode though. Does it have like a mode where it recompiles on the fly? Maybe that's too much anyway. But all we have to do is do it again and get this working. So looks pretty good. We open it up again in the browser and it works. And then if I say goodbye world from, there we go. So not horrible to create a microservice using this Vapor. Now the what I'm curious about is how you would do more complex things with this. And so I think I know enough now to be dangerous. And I mean, I could even do get status. What do we got here? Git add star commit, adding more routes. There we go. So that's some. Because not sure why this is not in source code, but there we go. So we'll go back to hello. Now let's look at the official documentation here. And let's look at the basics. So we got routing, which I've been doing. Well, actually, let's go back to routing. So it says we got this HTTP methods. This is really the bread and butter. If I want to do a post method, though, so in this case, this would be request parameters. I see. So let's make it dynamic. Oh, okay, let's try that out. So let's go here, and let's instead let's do the request parameters. So we'll say app hello. If I look at it correctly, it was here. Was it colon name? I guess I can just grab it. In fact, let's just be lazy and let's just do that. There we go. It would be nice if we could reformat the code as well. Goodbye, hello. And if I say run, does it run? Swift run. Loading for debugging. Now it's going to launch back up. It works. And we'll say hello, John. Hello, John. There we go. So we can pass our parameters. It's pretty trivial. Okay, let's keep going here. What else can we do? Methods, they can be registered directly using various HTTP method helpers. Okay. Constant parameters, anything, catch all. Okay. Body streaming, case insensitive routes, route groups. middleware. Okay, so we got that. Content, we already kind of played around with that. For now, I'm not going to necessarily JSON maybe let's see here. What for JSON, this would be kind of a fun one to play around with. JSON. So if we go to JSON, greeting, try, query. Okay, we got Fluent. What is that? It's an ORM for Swift. So you can also do things with Postgres, SQLite, all those kinds of things. I guess I could try real quick to use SQLite. That would be kind of interesting. And then what else can you do here? You can do, so that's just the ORM. What about deploy to Docker? You can use Docker to deploy your app. Your Dockerized app can be spun up reliably. Setup. So what do? Vapor new my Dockerized app. A Docker file tells you how to do it. Docker compose build, Docker image ls. The simplest way is a standalone, which would be this. So this definitely looks kind of interesting. Production deploys, as noted, because it depends on the service. Copy your project files to your server, SSH, and run Docker compose. No, that's not, you don't do that. You would build it into a container registry. But middleware server, advanced sessions. What I don't really see here is a post, and I don't also see a Swagger. That would be cool if it had it, but it may not. Nope, no docs for it as well. Well, that was kind of fun to play around with. At least I know that this thing exists and how to play around with it a little bit. Maybe I can build one last thing, which is like an add, like an add function potentially. So if I said, like, let's see here, build an add function. There we go. And then we can build and add routes. We can do this, add route, application throws. Let's try this out. Let's see if we can now add things. If you can do, I believe this would just take these as parameters. Let's try that out. So if we build this, we can see that it opens up. We can go to add, and we can do 2 and 2. Oh, let's see what did it do. Add routes, add 2 and 2, add routes, build an add route, app.get, func. Oh, I think the issue is this, that what we want to do is say app.get git add here. And we could say add a route um, calls add function returns sum. So let's see here. What happened? What kind of suggestion does it give me? Async. Let request be a request.query. Not exactly sure how that works, but we can try it. Maybe it requires a query parameter. Let's try this out. We'll go here and we say add 2 and 2. It's going to be probably routing query after an optional query parameter. So hello Vapor, let's see here. App name. I think I want something like this actually. Get like this, get number. Oh, I guess I could do that. I could do dash name equals foo. So let's see how this works. So it would be, oh, a is equal to 1. So if I went through here and I said a 1, b is equal to 1, how does that work again? It would be, let's look at the source code here. It would be a and b. It would be add something like a is equal to 1 and b equal to, there we go, the sum of 0 and 0 and 0. Well, at least it called it. It just didn't do it this as int. So I think this is setting like a default here. So we actually want to do something more like this. We want to do something like this. We want to say add. We want to call this a and b, and then we want to do request. I think this is going to look better. And then I can go back here and and hopefully it will be simple to just do add 2 and 2. There you go. So that's how you do routes with Vapor. All right, this looks like a good thing to leave at for today. I'm going to check this in. Commit adding add function. What I would be curious about next is, can I deploy this? So we did this. This was December 12th. December 12th. I want to do next deploy to AWS. Deploy to AWS as a containerized deploy. Right, that's what's next. All right. See you in a couple weeks.